right, today's tip is going to be on knowing when to quit with your horse on a training session. That's one that nobody has mastered, but I can tell you over the years, less is more, and quitting on a good note's a good thing. You know, when I get on, I've got a couple objectives that I'm trying to get done with my horse for the most part, unless I'm getting closer to a horse show. And if I feel like I've moved towards that and that horse is improved, I try to quit right before they get to that point where they've kind of had enough. You know, and sometimes it doesn't even need to be when they're breathing hard. You know, if I'm working on a side pass or something and I get it 3 or 4 times in a row, I need to leave that alone. Now, it doesn't necessarily, if he's not winded, doesn't mean I need to quit riding, but I need to move on to something else. You know, it's kind of like kids in school. Most of your public schools, at least the one I went to, you didn't stay in the same subject all day. You know, even though, you know, you think, well, if I stay there 10 hours a day, he's going to get it figured out. This horse mentally is only going to handle so much. So I like to try to get something, improve it, move on, do something else. The other big one is when your horse is getting physically tired. You got to know your horse's limitations. You got to know what kind of physical condition they're in. That horse starts to get exhausted and you're still trying to bang the same thing through their head or work on the same thing. You're fighting a whole nother thing now. You're fighting like survival mode. And oftentimes I'll reference like swimming. You know, I can swim, I'm not the best swimmer, but you start swimming and you get tired when you're in the water, you get into panic mode and you start scrambling to either try to get to the surface or get to a wall or something. You don't care what's going on. And I think the horse would be the same way. When he's out of breath, he doesn't care what you're doing. He just wants to be done. So that's when those horses will start wanting to fight you. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're off on a whole nother trail, training on something that really your horse was just tired. You just need to stop, give him a break, go at it again, or maybe stop, be done for the day, right? And I think you'll be amazed at how when you go away from it, you let them catch their breath, you know, make sure you keep them, make sure they're in great condition before you start really trying to train on them hard. Those horses they'll get a whole lot better, not to mention you cut down on injuries. Something to be said about quitting while you're ahead. You know, that's an old one that we hear all the time, but it's true.
Are you looking to step your game up? Perfect. All you have to do is go to mattmillsreining.com. It's only $24.95 a month. Sign up today, because the key to success is knowing.